Hello, everyone. On a third click, it finally disappeared. Hi, everyone. How is it going? Welcome to today's live stream. Thank you for joining me on Tuesday. I know it was a short notice, so thank you for joining me today. Actually, we may have to change. I don't know if you guys prefer Tuesdays or Wednesdays, but I do like Wednesdays. But let me know in the comments if you prefer Tuesdays. So I'm just gonna see in the comment section who is here. Hello, Carmen. I already see some familiar faces here. Hi, Jen. How is it going, everyone? Do you guys feel like spring is in the air finally? Here, it's very much like spring, although it did rain today. Oh, I love that. Hi, you friends. I was actually meaning to ask you. I need a tagline for the live stream. I like that. Honey and Friends live stream. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe you have some creative ideas what we should be calling the live stream. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Joanna Maria. Hello to Texas. Hola. Hi, Charlie. Hello, Byron. Always so kind. Thank you. Hello, Marilyn. From Aziz, Arizona, right? Hello. How is it going? Hi, Jeremy. Thank you for taking time to see us today. I've got a meeting in 15 minutes. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. How is the room coming along? I'm curious. Hi, Karen. Well, you're here on time, so you didn't miss anything. Thank you for being here. Hello, Monica. Hello, everyone. Hi, Lisa. Yes, I know work is so annoying sometimes. Oh, it's in 70s. That's nice. Thank you, Sally. Hi, Linda. So everyone, we are diving into the spring theme today. I hope we don't have any botanical fanatics here because you guys, I'm sure, told that this is not. So the inspiration for today's project, let me just back up. Okay, let's see. Finish the room. He's moved in. Awesome. What color are the walls? I'm just, it's like, that's my only question. I know you work really hard on it, so I'm sure it's awesome. Hello, Priscilla to South Africa. It's very nice to see you. Hi, Dawn. Oh, it's rainy. Hopefully all that rain will just make everything really luscious and green in the springtime. I love this time of the year. So we're, like I said, we are moving on to the spring season. And I know the cookies that we are making today, they have 6 petals, right? But I was inspired by Forget-Me-Not. And the Forget-Me-Not only has 5 petals. And I don't know about you, but I didn't know how the name came about. So apparently the name comes from a German legend about a knight who died trying to get the flowers for his lover and called out with his last breath, "Forget-me-not." Well, that's very, very sweet, isn't it? So today we're going to make these beautiful, flowers that are inspired by these flowers. I have 6-petal flower cookie here, but I'm sure you can probably get a 5-petal cutter as well. I'm sure I have one as well, but I already had these cookies made. One thing that strikes me that the cookie, like you see the flowers here, they look quite big, but when you look at them, they're not very big, right? In real life, they're quite small. Do you have, any of you, Forget-Me-Not flowers in your garden? Oh, nice. Antique white, doors are staged. Oh, here's a display shelf for his little knickknacks. He asked for that to be gecko green. It's hideous. It's not, I'm sure it's not hideous. It's beautiful. That's fantastic. I'm so happy that he's all moved in and he's enjoying it. Oh, Charlie, I didn't realize you are also in South Africa. Hello. All right, so let me get this screen off here. And also I wanted to share exciting news. So I just released a new tutorial in my Patreon group. This is a subscription group. Those of you who are not familiar with the group, there are several tiers. This tutorial is part of the very last tier that covers all things 3D cookies. And this tutorial just went out yesterday, and I have some other tutorials prepared for the beginning of the month. That's the rotation. I do beginning of the month, middle of the month, and last day or few days before the end of the month. That's where the 3D project goes out. All right. All right. So I'm gonna switch the screens here. I'm gonna bring up my screen here so you guys can see what I'm doing. And the cutter the cutter that I use to cut these cookies is from a set by Wilton. It's a nesting set. Most of you probably have this set. So this is the smallest cutter that I use. But like I said, inspired by Forget Me Not, but this has 6 petals, and the Forget Me Not flowers, they have 5 petals. So I wanted to just bring the newsletter so you guys can see. I already released this newsletter in a coffee shop. Spelling is overrated. Yes, sometimes I do feel like that. Thanks, Jeremy. So I'm just gonna copy paste Livestream newsletter. I'm curious, do you guys find it useful, the Livestream recap newsletter, or should I? Because it does take a while to prepare. So if it's not something that you can use, let me know, please, in the comments. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 6 makes it better. Thank you. So glad there is no botany police here today, so I don't get yelled at. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. What I did, I prepared a little template. You know, I am really fond of templates. This is just cardstock. Okay, so what you do, you trace your outline onto the cardstock, and then I use this ruler with geometrical shapes to make a kind of like a perfect circle. I determine where the center is, and then I think I use this one. So that's number 16. And then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Okay, so that's how I made a template. Very simple. You don't need to do it. You can just use the ruler, and maybe you can go directly on a cookie, but I like to complicate things. So we're gonna go ahead. If you want someone to yell at you, we can do that. Yeah, go ahead. You can try. Maybe it will be a good anger management therapy. I won't hear a thing, but maybe your neighbors will. And then you may get in trouble. Who are you yelling at? All right. So oh, you guys are so funny. All right. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna just use my marker. It's barely visible, isn't it? Wow. Okay. And we're going to use, at this stage, we're going to be using this lovely blue. And this is, you can use royal blue, or you can get sapphire blue from Progel. I love their sapphire blue. And also I'm fond of claret. You've heard me say that more than once. Those have 6 petals out there. Oh, you never get a good cut with an X-Acto. How is that? I mean, the cutting out the round was, I have to say, was a pain. So you can just use a ruler. What is the problem? Is it because I have my X-Acto here? So I live with this stuff. Seriously, it's everywhere. I have like so many of these, and I have blades everywhere. So what I do when I'm using it, I know when you're pressing on this edge, although it's dull, I mean, if you do it for long enough, it will start hurting. So what I often do, I take a piece of either like a little rubber or a silicone, or you can just wrap your finger. What's that thing called when you do embroidery? You know, when you cover, what is that thing called for your finger? Please help me in the comment section. You can also use that, but I find that a little rigid, unless you have maybe a silicone one. and you can use that. That will help with the pain. But I don't know what your problem is, but maybe if that's the problem, that's what I do. Thank you, Karen. So yeah, you can get that thimble. Is that how it's called? Thimble, rubber thing. Oh, I like that. Oh, there are several names for it. Okay, so the thimble. Then we have a rubber finger caught. Thank you. This is so confusing. English can be so confusing as a second language. You call the same thing with different, you give it 5 different names. So confusing sometimes. But I guess everybody's coming up with a thimble, so that's what we'll be calling it. This is how you can just replace it. The only thing is, like, the X-Acto knife, it's very, very sharp. So I'm sure many of you probably have silhouette cutters or stencil cutters, so you could use those. Hi, Anne. Hi to Scotland. How exciting. How is Scotland? Around this time, it's got to be gorgeous, right? Because with all the rain, it's got to be so green and beautiful. So I'm going to be using, like I said, green and, okay, I can find my scissors. Green, sorry, blue. And we're going to make petals. I looked online at forget-me-not flowers, and I noticed some of them, maybe it's I don't know, some of them had streaks in their petals. So I'm going to do like a variegated petals, and we're going to be using white for that, just a little bit. All right, and I'm going to do every other petal. And for this, I'm using about 20-second consistency icing. I've got my scribe ready here. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can just write them in a comment section. So let's go and we can get started. I'm going to be using this small circle I made, or round, as my starting point. Okay. Not sure why it's not sticking here. Okay, I guess there's like a little bit of a crumb there. And now hi, Joseph. Now I'm gonna add a line like this, and then we're going to shape it. The scribe, and I'm just going back and forth. Nothing more, back and forth. And that's all there is to it. Now we're going to do every other, like I said, I'm doing every other petal because I don't want these to blend together. I want to retain that nice definition. And if I pipe the adjacent petal, then the icing, because it's still wet, it's not crusted, it will just blend they will just blend together. Both sections will become one section. And again, back and forth. Let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe this is better. Oops, let me know. So I'm shaping it. You have to do this while it's still wet. If you wait for that to crust, you won't be able to shape the icing. And again, just back and forth. And now we're going to do last one here. Me too. Me too. It just, I love this color. I'm so glad I'm not alone. I'm also looking for a really nice emerald color. Maybe I already have it, I don't know. But I have to see if I have something like that, because I love that color also. What's your favorite color, guys? Let me know in a comment section. I want to see some nice colors in the comment section. My favorite color, it's pink. I'll start. Now it's your turn. So after this, you have to let this set aside and let it crust. And then you can do Priscilla likes orange. You cannot pick a favorite. Oh, I have to say, I do like them all as well, but like I kind of radiate towards the pink. Priscilla likes orange. Joseph likes pink. Why is it not working? Here you go. Yellow, pink and red. What color is that? Now this is Sapphire Color by Emery Color brand. No, not as Emery Color brand. Pro Gel brand. But you could also use royal blue. It may not, you may not get the same kind of hue, but it will be somewhat similar. So I'm setting this aside. And this is actually dry. I've had this here for several days, so it's fully dry. I'm gonna poke it just so you can believe me. It's fully dry, but it doesn't have to be dry. Crusted, it's plenty. If it's crusted, you can go ahead and do that. Linda is a girly girl. I love pink so much. Yes. And I do like blue. I have to say, I do like certain shades of blue. I really like, and I like teal. But pink is the winner for me. So now we're going to fill in the remaining petals. So that's basically just the same thing we did before. I also received some lovely pictures from you guys, and I will be sharing those in a second. If you are just joining in the live stream, we are making flowers inspired by forget-me-not flowers. I am fully aware these have 6 petals. Oh, I like this. If I'm buying an accessory to use with holidays, I usually pick red because I can use it with several holidays. Oh, nice. I like that. That's a good good reasoning. Yeah, I think I'm like, if I'm buying something for, I suppose, for Christmas, when I said pink, it's to wear. When I said pink, it's to wear. It's not to do the decor. Pink is not my favorite color. So thank you for bringing that up, Carla, because it really varies. So pink would be for to wear, and oops, and then I made a mess here. I put my bag into the cookie. And I also like pink on cookies. All right, one more. Okay, so once you're done with this step, you have to let this dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna set it aside, and I've got one that is already dry here. You like to wear a lot of black. I used to wear a lot of black as well. Everything was black. Now, I don't know. I'm transitioning to color. Yeah, I guess it's a season for that. But I totally understand, Carla, where you're coming from. Black goes well with everything, right? Hello, Irma. Thank you for joining us from Southern California. Thank you. I don't really have a new schedule. We are usually, I'm usually live on Wednesdays, but today I had to switch to Tuesday. But usually it's Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And now we're going to start working on the center. And for the center, we're going to use white icing, but it's slightly thicker than the one I just used. Thank you for the question, Joseph. And what we're going to do, I don't know if you noticed this, but let me bring up the, maybe on this one, you'll see those little white sections between the petals. I'm not sure what they're called, but they seemed a little raised. So I decided to include them in the design. And we're going to pipe them between the petals. And for that, I'm using, let me just double check. Okay, let's make this slightly bigger. Thank you. I'm just cutting my piping bag slightly bigger here. So we're gonna start okay. We're gonna start at the very base here. And I'm going to pipe these somewhat like almost like a teardrop shape, but very prolongated teardrop shape. Okay, after this, you have to let this crust, so we don't have time for that. So I've got one that is already here. And now we're gonna do the center, and that's the, I guess, the most intriguing from the pictures, maybe. Let me just grab the tools, and I can show you what we will be doing. So I'm gonna set this aside for a second. I'm gonna be using two colors. We're gonna be using this, this is a juniper green from Wilton. It's a thick consistency. And I also have this thick consistency, like felt thick, like a piping consistency, yellow icing. And I've got my piping bag fitted with number 2 piping tip. And I also have here cornstarch. And I also have, and this is a small ball tool from, this is from a cake decorating fondant tool set. And what I will be doing, I will be dipping this into cornstarch, and this is going to help prevent my icing sticking to the tool, so I can shape it while it's still wet. It's about, so the blue icing, it should be about 20-second consistency. The petals are quite small, so you'll be able to work with the wet on wet. So I'm going to unwrap this so you can see this is my yellow icing. It's pretty thick. Like I said, about piping consistency. Okay. Thank you, Linda. And I need to cut a piping tip here again. And so let's see. So I'm just going to do one demo here on the parchment so you get an idea what I'm going to be doing. I got icing on everywhere. my hands and everywhere. All right. So you can see the consistency. It's pretty thick. I'm going to make this quite big so you can get an idea. And I'm going to now dip my tool in cornstarch. Okay, you can see. And now we're going to shape this. So I'm going to shape it. I'm trying to create like a dent in there, because when I looked at the pictures of Forget Me Not, there was almost like a hole or cavity in the center. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay. And I'm going to flatten the side a little bit. Imagine this is the flower. You have the petals around the green section. And now we're going to come in with the scribe. You can dip the scribe in cornstarch as well, but I don't think it's necessary. And then we're going to poke little holes. If the holes are disappearing, that just means that your icing is a little too runny. It needs to be thicker. They should remain in the icing. Can you see? Okay. And then what we're going to do, we're going to pipe on this edge here on the top. We're going to pipe the yellow icing. So I'm going to pipe large yellow dots on the top. Parchment is slightly moving, so I have to hold it. Okay. And now, if you have any spikes there, you can use paintbrush to kind of smooth those out. All right, so this is how we're going to make the center. Now I'm going to bring my cookie back into the shot here. And don't worry about the cornstarch getting on the icing. We can remove it with just a little bit of air, or you can use an airbrush gun and just let the air do its thing. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pipe the green in the middle here. It's not in a screen, but I'm dipping my tool in the cornstarch. You see it's fully covered. And I'm going to keep dipping it. When it goes off the screen, that's where it is. It's going to be in that little bowl with cornstarch. I just want to make sure it's not sticking as I'm trying to make this large dent. See, I want the yellow dots, I want them to be a bit raised above. So we have so the dent is visible and it's clear that it's there. So we don't want to really make the yellow dots too big. You want to make sure that you can still see the dent. So now we're going to make those little holes. All right, now I'm going to come in with my yellow. And now we can, you see there spikes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to flatten them a little bit with my paintbrush here. And then to remove excess cornstarch, all you do is put some air there. You don't want to blow on it, obviously. Okay. And it looks like this one is already crusted, so I'm gonna do another one. But before I do, let's take a little break. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Dawn. And I want to show you what I got in mail. So Karen, if you are still here, I'm not sure what happened last week, but Karen sent me pictures last week of her beautiful floral cookies, and I for whatever reason they didn't upload to my gallery here. So thank you. I assume these were for birthday, celebrating second birthday, somebody's second birthday, little girl perhaps. And Sally made the cookies. We did these couple weeks ago. Remember, we did conch shell cookies. You know, I have to applaud you because I love how you did the lace, the lattice pattern, because you follow the contour of your cookie, and it's fantastic. I love it. And I also like your color choice. So thank you for sending those in. And Kathy was working really hard. She made a lot of transfers. From what I understand, was this your first time making transfers? They're adorable. You made so many different transfers. And like you said in your email, they are not, I know a lot of people think they are very difficult to make, but once you understand how everything works, they are not that difficult to make, and they can really save the day, right? I mean, these are amazing. So thank you for sending all of these pictures. What were you making? What are these cookies for? Was there a special occasion? I'm curious. I don't know if I don't think I maybe I missed it in your email, but I'm just curious. So thank you for sending those in. Let me just bring the cookies up on the screen again. Love the color you use, Sally, also. All right, so let's okay. So I'm gonna do this one more time if you are just joining in. We decorated the petals. Now I'm letting this is not fully dry. As you remember, we just did the white sections. I can actually poke it at the bottom so you can see it's not fully dry. See? But I can do the green center. And now I'm coming in with my fondant tool dipped in cornstarch. If you don't want to use cornstarch, you could use potato starch, I think would be fine. I'm using starch to prevent sticking because my icing is still pliable, as you can see, but it's on a thicker side, so you can kind of shape it this way. Okay. And now we're gonna flatten the edge a little bit, not too much, just a little bit so it's flat, so my yellow dots are going to sit on there nicely. And now we have to poke those little holes in there. So I'm using my tool perpendicular to the surface, and just like sewing machine, going back up and down with the needle. Okay. And now we can come in with the yellow. And you can see that I'm making the yellow dots large. I want to make sure that I cover the green, and I also want them to be visible. Like when you look at the I mean, I should have picked a better picture, but they were kind of like dominating the middle when I looked at the close-ups of forget-me-not flowers. So that's why I'm making this quite large. All right, so now we're going to, again, you may experience some spikes in there, so just gonna flatten those. And there, so that's how you can make these blue flowers inspired by forget-me-not flowers. Let me just, I'm gonna show you. So these are the ones I made earlier. I'm bringing them here. And back up. And I think this one still has a little bit of okay. Let me remove this screen. All right. Finally, I didn't see my screen. So Kathy, just planning ahead of future holidays. Oh, that's fantastic. Not much experience making them. Tried your Santa. Yeah, that's a great idea because I know we are only at the beginning of tomorrow is May 1st, but there's a lot of holidays ahead of us. So that's a great idea to make the transfers now. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, everyone. I also have an update. I know Joseph was asking about the schedule. So I'm gonna be away for 2 weeks. So we're gonna be seeing each other. It's gonna be, I forget what date is it gonna be, but it's going to be, I think it will be May 22nd. Yes, I will see you May 22nd. I believe that's going to be after Mother's Day, if I'm not mistaken. So happy Mother's Day. And I hope you have a wonderful month of May. I will see you at the end of the May. And thank you so much for being here, everyone. As a reminder, you can find me, where do I have it? You can find me on social media, and you can also sign up for the newsletter so you don't miss any new updates. And also exciting, I have, yes, on the May 22nd I will be sharing really exciting news with you, so I'm super excited about that. I can't really share right now, but something I've been working on for a while, so can't wait to share the details. Also, you can join Haniela's Cookie Club on Patreon, where I share exclusive tutorials and also templates with the members. You can also support Livestream through Coffee Livestream membership, YouTube membership, and always shop for the templates and so on. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Mary. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in several weeks. Bye, guys.